Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Caffeine Crypto. I am your host, Vega, Serpent X Tech. Sound a little bit hoarse because I did just wake up, but I got my coffee and I welcome you to join me this weekend for Caffeine and Crypto. Starting a little bit early. Crypto Macau's not feeling well, but it's all good in the hood. Got my swole on yesterday, and boy, my arms feel tender. I did a little bit extra on the shoulders and arms. But we got some news for you. We got some news for you. So the market right now is looking pretty green, even though we know Bitcoin is down quite far compared to its 67, 68, and its all-time high 74K. While I've been on a hiatus, for some of you that are aware that I do this every Saturday, appreciate your patience as, I was getting my mind right and working on some things for the family. The market pulled back, right? Bitcoin dropped from its previous new all-time high of around 74K down to 64, 65. And we've been stuck in this range. I would say between 65 to 67. So if you're trading that range, in between that range, good job. Because that's really where we're sitting. I'm waiting for us to break outside, but we'll see how things go. Right now, looking at Bitcoin on a daily, I feel like we're hitting this legacy line too much. Okay, this legacy line. Excuse me, this isn't a legacy line. No, it is a legacy line. Sorry, my bad. I misspoke. So this legacy line goes back from, previous all-time highs and stuff like that. And I feel like we're banging into it too much. And same thing like resistance. If we hit this wall way too much, we tend to fall through it. And I think we hit it 1, 2, 3, 4 recently. But in the past, we hit it a couple times before we took off to the new all-time high. What was that actually? Some exchanges hit 74. Some exchanges didn't hit 74. We're looking at Binance right now. And this is USDT, not USD. But anyways, if we hit this one more time on the daily, I'm afraid we might break through. And now the EMA ribbon of the EMA 20 is turned into resistance too. So even if we did push up, if you look, that could turn into resistance. And I feel like we're going to pull back a little bit. Now, if we did pull back, and now this is just pure speculation because I've been saying this for a while. Excuse me one sec. That I feel like we haven't had Bitcoin do what I'm expecting it to do. What I was expecting Bitcoin to do, and for some of you that are new to the channel or new to this live stream, is Bitcoin before the halving should have already been down. Bitcoin should have been around 48, maybe 52K right now, right? And we're trading sideways. We're stagnant. We're not doing much. Halving happens 3 months later after the halving. Then we start making a new all-time high. Well, we made the new all-time high before the halving. And that's because of a number of variables, but more importantly, the ETF inflows, right? So a lot of that attraction coming in. And I'm wondering what the heck is going on because it's doing the exact opposite of what I want it to do, or not what I want it to do, but what I expect it to do. I'm okay with Bitcoin making new all-time highs. I'm not hating on it whatsoever. I hopefully you guys are taking profits, but I would like to see some of the altcoins get that love. I'm sure all of us would. So anyways, if we hit this, what is now support one more time and we fall through, where could we go? Well, if we did fall through, I'm suspecting, coming all the way down to that 49, 48 range, about right here. Stay stagnant for a little bit. Halving's going to happen, right? Or it should have already happened by the time that happens. And then, we slowly start to creep up over time. That's what I'm expecting. But again, this thing has been doing the exact opposite of what I've been expecting. So regardless of who trader, whichever trader you like or love or respect, I wouldn't like go like take their word as Bible. I wouldn't. I honestly wouldn't, because Bitcoin is on its own and it was going to do what it wants. So just be careful trading. If you're going to use leverage, good luck, because some of the leverage people have been getting wrecked. But yeah, it's still a green day today compared to, look at Ton. Holy crap, Ton is let me get out of your way here. Ton's at $5, up 16.7%. Have you guys been mining that? Let me know in the comments. I'd be very interested. That's very, very interesting. I am playing around with something here. I know a number of you have been mining Graham. I'm just playing around with it because it's cooler now here in Florida. But good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all the peeps in the live chat. Let me go ahead and pull it up here so I can see everybody. Adam Williams, son of Rabbit Panda, Automatic Beats, Gaming with Smokey Dan. Gaming with Smokey Dan. I like that name. Tom Skinner, Yusuf Putz. Yusuf Putz. Is that how I pronounce your name? Crypto Pounder 4. X. Hey, I know your name. How you doing, bud? Jean Paul Pascal. I still think it will temporarily head lower to 46-55K range. And then 100, 125. I can see that. You know, we dropped down to that 48, maybe 46K range, and then pump back up to 100. I do expect Bitcoin to become a $100,000 asset. I do definitely expect that. What's up, first time 13? I do 100% expect that. Anyways, we got some news I want to go over, but I want to move some things around. I was still getting ready when this all popped off, but yeah, we'll take a look here at some various news bits. For example, Bitcoin tests 66K as analysts expect more volatility before the calm, and I would agree with that. Just like our buddy here just mentioned, Jean-Paul Pascal. Bitcoin ETF demand could rise as prices drop. Crypto analysts suggest. We got some world news going on here. Oh, stop playing. Crypto, stop it. Crypto.com. Got a news that we're going to watch here more towards the end of the stream. Bitcoin halving may be here sooner than we know, which we are moving pretty fast, right? We'll look at the Bitcoin hash rate here in just a moment. We got meme coins popping off. We got the Ethereum probe, which I think did absolutely nothing but FUD. Let's go ahead and move that over here. Ethereum toothpaste back in the bottle. Ethereum Foundation. There we go. Now I got all my stuff in order. Meme coins on the rise as more meme coins come. The whole tokenization. Gary Gensler's a jackass. Blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. EU enacts ban on anonymous crypto transactions. As privacy tokens get under more heat, we'll see how things go. But let's look at the Bitcoin hash rate real quick. And we'll start. So Bitcoin hash rate, damn, I should have put it in order. Fuck. Excuse my language. Is it past 2 minutes in the stream? It is. Okay, don't get demonetized. Damn. That would have been a good time to do it. Damn it. So 2 days ago, Bitcoin hit a low compared to the past few months. Dang it, that would have been good, bro. If you're trying to solo mine Bitcoin, there's certain spots that if you pay attention to it, you can do it. I'm expecting those spots to become more frequent or more available, so to speak, when the Bitcoin halving happens, as some farms may shut down because they are no longer profitable or they over leverage themselves through a number of different ways. So pay attention to that. That's all I got to say. But yeah, the Bitcoin hash rate sitting around 569. Be interested to see what happens after the halving, how far it drops. Because you can see we've just been on a steady upward trajectory. And because of this increased hash rate, you know, the halving might happen sooner than April 20th. I'm sure many of us would like to have 420 parties and celebrate the Bitcoin halving, but we'll just have to wait and see how things pan out over time. So hang tight. Moving on, Bitcoin tests that 66K as analysts expect more volatility before they calm. Right now, we're at that 65, so we drop below 66K, but it's very easy for Bitcoin to move between 64 and 66 and between 65 and 67. So just pay attention to the markets, maybe trade in between, not financial advice, but, you know, do some little micro trades here and there. I'm still using 3 commas, even though they screwed me over on the price, but whatever. Bitcoin tested 66K during the Asia trading hours on Friday, as market observers expect the leading cryptocurrency to face more volatility ahead. Bitcoin remains volatile with a drawdown of 10% we saw this week, with the recent catalyst being driven by the spot Bitcoin ETF outflows from GBTC, about 300 on March 20th. Is that million? I don't know. Anyways, the drawdown still remains in line with the expected range of 10 to 20%, as we've seen historically that this happens right before the Bitcoin halving event. More volatility is expected to come going into the BTC halving. And meanwhile, CoinDesk 20, a measure of the world's most liquid digital asset, is down 0.5%. And we can see here the CD20 here's the marker right here. ICP, I believe that's Internet Computer, Filecoin, XRP. So yeah, ICP, Internet Computer 7.4, Filecoin 6%, XRP 5.9. You're going to see a lot of interest. Excuse me. You're going to see a lot of interest in DPINs, or decentralized physical infrastructure tokens, like Filecoin. I believe Flux is in that range as well in the AI DPIN space. Is continuing to grow, and I think it will continue to grow. I think Chainlink is undervalued though, and that's just my personal opinion. And I'm just some dude on the internet. There are plenty more knowledgeable trading analysts out there, but I do try to get better and better over time. So we'll see how things go. But the CoinDesk Digital Index, which measures the performance of digital protocols like Ethereum name servers, was the best performing index during the Asia trading hours. It's up 2.7%. In a note sent out on Friday morning Asia time, Singapore-based QCP Capital wrote that the market is consolidating, with Bitcoin and Ether trading in relatively tight range. That 65 to 67 range is what I'm talking about. And the market might take a break this weekend after last week's pre-FOMC volatility. Now, I'm pretty sure that FOMC did not continue to stay paused, right? They didn't increase rates. They didn't cut rates. They just stayed paused, which means the rates are going to be the same, or there's going to be no change to it. And the market already had priced that in. So there was really no change coming out of that meeting. But they did stay paused, right, guys? Anybody in the live chat know? Can remind me or recall? The trading house also noted that Grayscale, or GBTC, continued to see steep outflows, with 358.8 million leaving the fund. QCP expects a fourth consecutive day of BTC spot exchange traded fund net outflows. Regarding Ether, QCP says that the market is starting to price out the chance of a spot Ether ETF being approved anytime soon. And you'll see why as we go through today's articles later on. But basically, Ethereum Foundation under investigation. They took away the canary in the mine. There was a little note or text or sometimes an image on these websites that if you see that's gone, that means they have been formally requested or reached out to by a government or a centralized authority. But that investigation, to me, is still not going to stop the Ether ETF from coming out. It's just going to delay it even further. The Grayscale ETF discount has widened from 8 to 20% over the past 2 weeks. Prediction markets also reflect this. On the Poly market, a contract asking if any Ethereum ETF will be approved by May 31st is currently trading with 21% probability that this will be the case. People are trading, just like in football, which, by the way, I'm not sure if you guys are football fans. Let's just say sports in general, where people bet on like the silliest things, like whether or not the first score is going to be a field goal or there was going to be an onside kick in the first half. Like, people bet on, will ETFs be approved, or will this or that happen? Will there be a crash during the Dunkin' upgrade on Ethereum? Like, people bet this stuff. Like, every little thing gets bet. It's absolutely crazy. But starting off the week, which was, what was the beginning of this week? The beginning of this week was the 18th. So that was March 18th, Monday. And let's say we started out the week around that 68K range. We fell down to we fell 11% down to around the 60K range. And now here we are back up around that 65K range. So 11% drawdown is to be expected. Now, a big drawdown from its previous, its most recent new all-time high of almost 74 to now is about a 17% decrease, right? So drawdown. If we were to do a 30% drawdown, that would put us around the 51, right? So that's why Gene Paul in the comments, right? Thank you again for watching. Is basically spot on, right? 55K to 46K range. They can see Bitcoin going to that. I can see Bitcoin going to that. Before the halving, around the halving, maybe slightly after the halving, we chop sideways, and then we start pushing up to make new all-time highs. But we'll have to see how things go. But I mean, everything is lining up with what we're seeing in the charts, right? Like, you guys are understanding what I'm putting down, right? I'm not talking nonsense. You guys are picking up what I'm putting down. Let's look at the 4 hour. All right, so 4 hour, you know, since that previous high, well, we're making a higher high. Okay, we're making a higher high and a higher low. All right, so it looks like that March 20th, was it? That March 20th would have been a good time to grab some Bitcoin, maybe some altcoins, as some of the coins, if you go to CoinMarketCap, a lot of the coins are still following Bitcoin. If you look at the charts here on the right-hand side, you can see that they basically follow the same movement. Ethereum, I say BNB maybe a little bit different, but not so much. It was on a tear. It's still over $500. It's still pretty good. Solana, maybe not as choppy, but still following. Cardano. Avalanche was on its own too. It was on a nice little tear. So yeah, you can see a lot of these tokens following, you know, Bitcoin's path, right? And the fear and greed index right now is at 75. So we'll see how the market shakes out. We got a lot of not weak hands, but we got a lot of people that are very emotional when they look at the charts, when they try to trade crypto. Tom Skinner says, you are correct, Vega. Interest rates are holding, but during questioning after the announcement, Powell answers were extremely dovish, indicating a rate cut is coming within the next few FOMC meetings. Okay, so a rate cut, Tom, shouldn't be a positive indicator for the market. So if that is the case, and just like people bet on what hand Gary Gensler wipes his butt with, I'm willing to bet that people are going to start pricing in the fact that the FOMC is going to do a rate cut next meeting, and we're going to see a bullish, that's going to be a bullish indicator. So the markets, not only the traditional markets, but crypto itself should start doing better if that gets priced in, or if that's the indeed expectation. Let's look at the SPY real quick. So SPY, yeah, making a new all-time high, what, on the 21st? So SPY not looking too bad. Let's look at the NASDAQ. Made a new all-time high again on the 21st. Okay. So we could see some positive momentum. Solana, you know, hitting that 200 mark during the new all-time high on the 18th has drawn down quite a bit. I'm not sure if you guys are into Solana. I personally like Solana. I built a project that I never released on Solana. Yeah. So that was a 22% drawdown. That's not bad. That could have been the bottom for the most recent jump up. But if it fell 30%, that would be 145. You know, I'm looking for gems, guys. I'm looking for gems, but I'm also looking for cryptocurrencies that have some tangible benefits or use cases to it. I don't want to get into meme coins too crazy. I do have some meme coins, but not, I just don't want to bet the farm on it. But either way, do me a favor. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button. Smash that like button. Make sure to get subscribed, hit the notification bell. And let's move on with the news. If you're trying to get my attention, please at me or send a super chat. Otherwise, I'm going to keep on rocking and rolling. You guys can talk to each other, pick on each other, pick on me, all you want. I do appreciate constructive criticism. Just don't be a DICK or a BITCH about it. Ladies and gentlemen, all welcome. Unidentified, non-binary. I don't care. You do you, boo-boo. I do me. We meet in the middle. Anyways, Bitcoin ETF demand could rise as prices drop, crypto analysts suggest. Amid the Bitcoin price decline, the spot Bitcoin ETF market has been gloomy recently, despite this persistent decline net flows. King Young Ju, a prominent analyst and CEO of CryptoCon, has predicted a possible resurgence in the spot Bitcoin market. In a post on X, March 22nd, King Young Ju shared the spot Bitcoin ETF net flows could rise, or shared that they could rise even as Bitcoin price decline continues. Using data from the historical net flow trends, the analyst noted that the demand for the Bitcoin ETFs usually kicks in when the cryptocurrency traces to a certain support level. According to the data from Analytics BitMEX research, these BTC ETFs have recorded a negative flow for their last 4 trading sessions. This situation has been marked by significant levels of grayscale GBTC outflows and record low inflows for other ETFs, mainly when the market leaders BlackRock, IBIT, and Fidelity BTC. Not to mention when these people run out of GBTC, when they change, right? They can't get right back in. They can't just buy back in. So depending on when they sold, if we could see when they sold, let's say they sold yesterday, you know, we can look at the calendar and be like, okay, well, they're not going to be able to buy into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the end of April. End of April is going to be around a certain upgrade during the network, blah, blah, blah. And you can kind of speculate, you know, if the market's going to go up or down by then. But it's all speculation. Again, remember, Bitcoin, she does what she wants, man. She does what she wants. So this is a chart here showing the historical net flow trend. And you can see, I think the gray right here. So this is like a grayish blue. There's a lot of grayish blue right here compared to up. Maybe there's a few IBITs, right? Like there's a strong IBIT right here in this area, right here in this area. But a lot of outflows from grayscale. New whales, mainly ETF buyers, have 56K on-chain cost bases. Corrections typically entail a max drawdown of around 30% in bull markets with a max pain of 51K. So, Gene, guess what? That goes close to what you were saying, around that 55 to 46K. So I'm shooting for like 48 to 52. You're shooting for 46 to 55. And this gentleman is saying maybe 51, 52. So we're in the same ballpark. We may not get the exact number right, but always remember, time in the market beats time in the market. So try to time out the perfect trade, the perfect take profits, the perfect sell or a buying opportunity. You're not always going to get, like a lot of people, this is what they do. This is their day job, right? They can just sit here, look at the charts. They got a bunch of charts, bunch of different screens. You know, Tom Crown sitting there giving us live streams, and you can see all the screens and all the trading windows and all the charts, and they pay for pro subscriptions for TradingView and this, that, and the other, and they're looking for these gems and these trades and stuff like that. We don't always, I don't have the time to do that. I don't have the time to do that. So time in the market, right? Just DCA into the market ever so often, right? $10 here, $20 there, make sure my bills are paid, make sure everything's squared away, is going to work out better for me than trying to time the perfect profit taking, the perfect buying opportunity. So I said that many a times. Many of you should be familiar with that by now. 61K watching. I'm not sure what the likes are at. Somebody tell me what the likes are at. Appreciate it. What's up, Chris? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. It's a massive bullish indicator. Tom. All right, so Tom is responding back to hold the whole FOMC rate cut possibly coming in the future. And they responded back with its massively bullish indicator. I woke up, checked out the charts this morning, and entered into a 7x Gala long. Gala, bro, really? You like that Gala? I got when Gala switched over to Gala 2.0, I got out. I got out, man. I'm not gonna lie. I probably should have hung on to it. I'm probably an idiot, but it's all good. It's all good. So Gala's around 6 cents. I think I sold around like 2 cents. So get wrecked, son. Let's see here. Let's go back to the daily. I'm just interested. Yeah, nowhere near its previous all-time high back in 2021. But, you know, yeah. You know, if you rated down here and you took profits at this recent pump, what was that? That was on March 10th. It looks like you're up 900%. That's not a bad profit-taking opportunity. And you're putting it along, so you expect Gala to go up even further. So we'll see. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. What else we got here? All right, so according to the data from Cointelegraph, price has fluctuated between 62K and 68K over the past week. I see more like 65, 67, but yeah, 62, 68. Oh, about to sneeze. Oh no, you don't want to hear this. Woo! Excuse me. I sound like I'm powering up every time I sneeze, but you can tell I'm kind of congested. My allergies is kicking my butt. However, Young Ju, that is his name, JU, suggests that such a decline is plausible, given that corrections typically see a maximum drop of 30%, with Bitcoin's recent peak around 73.7K. Then analysts forecast that an asset could drop as low as 51K, which is again sitting around what Gene and I are thinking about. However, over the past 48 hours, BTC's price dropped 13% from its new all-time high of 73,835. That was back when it was near the 74K. The correction was caused by overheated market conditions, which I was saying over the weeks leading up to that new all-time high, because I wasn't live the week that we hit it, is that we were going up too fast. Like, we need to cool off. So we were overheated. And what analysts have christened the pre-halving retrace ahead of the Bitcoin halving event that is roughly 30 days away. The Bitcoin bull cycle is not over, giving the relatively low level of investment flows from new investors and price valuation metrics still below levels seen in past market tops. Meanwhile, the upcoming Bitcoin halving event is a significant driver, expecting to bolster Bitcoin price, usher in a parabolic uptrend. And according to CoinMarketCap's halving countdown, Bitcoin's next halving event is less than 31 days away. And we have the Bitcoin halving. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? It should be up here, shouldn't it? Excuse me. There it is. See more. So 28 days, 8 hours, 28 days would put us at, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 28. So that's April 20th still. And then 8 hours and 32 minutes. So 8 hours and 32 minutes, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 p.m. I think we might start earlier, maybe 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. on Saturday, April 20th. So maybe we might have a 420 party. I think a few of our favorite content creators are going to be doing a live stream during the halving, but we'll see. Jeez Louise, this allergy is kicking my butt. But yeah, the halving might hit sooner than we think because of, you know, the increased hash rate. So Bitcoin's halving may be here sooner than you know. Several months ago, the halving was expected to take place on April 28th. Now it's on track to land on April 15th. Blame the surge in Bitcoin price, which has attracted more mining power and sped up the network. Now I'm looking at April 20th. I'm not sure where they're getting April 15th. Right, so let's look at that again. So 28 days, 8 hours. So 28 divided by 7 is 4. So the 30th of March next week is 7. The 16th of April is 14. The 13th of April is 21. And the April 20th is 28 days. And then you count 8 hours and 31 minutes. And that's around 6 p.m. Bitcoin halving, there you go. And 4,064 blocks. Wow, did it not have the block count right here? Where's the block count? So Bitcoin halving happens every 210,000 blocks, or approximately every 4 years. But where's the block height? They should provide us a block height. Why don't I see the block height? Give me the damn block height. I think Nice Hash has it. Let's see here. Nice Hash having countdown. Yeah, there it is. So that's the current block height. The halving event is at block height 840,000. And so now this says 27 days. Interesting. While this countdown says 20 days, 28 days. Okay, so maybe the beginning of April 20th. But then this article that we were just looking at is saying April 15th. So I'm thinking April 20th, more or less. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin Block Explorer. And let's see, our current block height is 835,936. And we need to get to 840,000 block height. So not too far off. We're moving a lot faster than expected. Maybe we might even happen before April 20th. We'll see. But obviously, the recent surge in computing power or hash rate on the Bitcoin network has sped up the creation of new blocks. As mining companies seek to cash in on the bullish trends of the market, miners are bringing new, more powerful rigs online, right? We had the Bitmain S21 and the T21 and the WhatsMiner M66 and 63 and, the 61 or whatever. Like, we're having more. And this is what I asked Bitsby Trippin a while ago. I was like, do you see these miners going to more efficient? Like, we need to become more efficient, right? AMD, Nvidia, and Intel, while they don't create ASICs, their hardware, in order to reach new performance levels, right, to hit the performance targets that they want to hit over their previous generations, they have to draw so much power. So we're losing our efficiency. We're becoming much more inefficient just to get incremental power or incremental performance increase. Where ASICs, I kind of felt the same way. But now we have a new wave of ASICs, and it feels like we're getting back to that efficiency range. So that's what I care about. We want to be efficient as possible. And I was talking about that with Bitsby Trippin, and hopefully we see some newer units that come in. Like I just did content on the Coal Engine P2. Check that out on the channel. More content coming in the future. Obviously, the KS5 Pro came out recently. That's for Caspa. That thing is like a 40 grand ASIC, but I'm more or less talking about Bitcoin and stuff like that. You can see all of these are more about Caspa. So yeah, the S21 Hydro, $20 a day, but it's doing 335 terahash at 53, let's say 5400 watts. Then you got the WhatsMiner M63. It's doing 334 terahash at 6,647 watts. So it's doing 1768 a day at 10 cents per kilowatt hour. So yeah, we needed to make our units need to become more and more efficient. And look at that. The Coal Engine P2 right now is at $14.37. Again, I did some content on that that particular device with more to come out in the future. But the point being is as like farms, for example, trading out their older WhatsMiners M30s or their older Bitmain S19s, pre-Js and pre-J Pros, as they trade up, right, or as they sell those units and get the S21s or the S19 XPs or the K Pros or whatever the most efficient or more efficient but budget-friendly option is, as they push forward, they're increasing the network hash rate. So therefore, we're getting closer and closer to the network halving a lot sooner than we expect. Let me check the chat real quick. And thank you, DJ Death Star, for the $2. Bitcoin halving and 4,064 blocks. Probably now 4,062 blocks. Huh. Anyways, miners are bringing new, more powerful. History appears to repeat itself. Similar dynamic played out years ago. Yep. The crypto world is eagerly awaiting next month's Bitcoin halving. Once every 4 years, blah, blah, blah. Network hash rate, da-da-da-da. Block data or block reward gets cut in half, yada, yada, yada. We all know this stuff. The halving is currently looking like a fall around the 15th of April. Just a few months ago, it was supposed to be on the 28th, and now I'm projecting the 20th, and I think some of you might agree. Let me know in the live chat, do you agree that we might have closer to the 20th, not the 15th, and not the 28th? Yes or no? Let me know in the live chat. A similar phenomenon was observed on the run-up in the last halving 4 years ago. As history appears to repeat itself, the halving is considered a momentous event by many, seeing a catalyst of bull runs, blah, 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 price, yada, yada, yada. Give me something good. As the theory goes, a fewer new Bitcoins are being created and demand keeps surging, right? So the ETFs are, the demand for Bitcoin is greater than the supply for Bitcoin. We've been talking about this every freaking week, thus increasing the price of Bitcoin. I think that's going to get astronomically worse, at least the supply is, after a halving. So then we should see the price, right? And let's just speculate here. Let me pull up a calculator. let's say that right now, Bitcoin is 6.25 per block. It's going to go down to 3.125, right? And so let's do 6.25 divided by 3.125. It's 2. Okay. I don't know why I did that. Times 65K. 130K. So we could easily see 125. And just doubling it, right? Just doubling the current price because the supply is half of what it used to be. So $125, $130 Bitcoin is not out of the realm of impossibility. People are calling for $1 million Bitcoins. Do you guys agree with that? Seriously? Do you think Bitcoin can hit $1 million by the end of this year? I don't think it can hit $1 million by the end of this year. I think it could probably eventually hit $1 million at some point. Maybe during my lifetime, but not anytime soon. So do you, right now, in the live chat, agree with the Bitcoin price hitting $1 million? Let me know. Let me know, please. Let's see here. Okay, now let's start talking about the models, right? The S19s were all the rage. Now the S21s are top of the tier. We got a quote here from Taylor Monning. The modern S19 miner series averages around 120 terahash per second, but when you plug in an S21, you're almost doubling the hash rate per slot. He's part of Clean Spark. Halvings officially take place every 210. Yep. The network average, block time is 10 minutes per, every 10 minutes a new block happens. Global hash rate was going to grow because a lot of people order lots of machines. The number, that's the number one factor, says Adam Schwick, a part of Marathon. Not as significant, but still evident, is that people are replugging in some old machines, right? Yeah. So S9s, couple of S9s. Remember I did some S9 content? That user that I worked on those S9s to restore 3 out of 6, he got that powered back up, right? He wanted to, whatever little bit, even if it's a few Satoshis, whatever little bit they wanted to get back. They wanted to mine, right? Every little bit counts. Not in our lifetime. I normally buy Bitcoin every paycheck. April, I'm going to wait until the end. Okay. Big pullback after they're having for at least 2-3 weeks. We should have already, see, it feels like the timeline has been stretched. We should have already had the pullback. We should have never made a new all-time high. We should have already had the pullback and then start marching to a new all-time high towards the end of this year. But the game is completely different. There's too many different variables right now at play, so it's very hard to pinpoint what Bitcoin should do when it's not doing what it should do. But better to mine altcoins and then swap to Bitcoin. I would agree with that. Are you guys mining Caspa? If you have some of these Caspa miners, are you mining Caspa and swapping to Bitcoin? Or are you hanging on to Caspa? I'd be interested to know. Obviously, don't dox yourself. Don't tell people how much you make. Don't, please. First of all, I see more and more of this. Do not share with people on X, Twitter, YouTube, or any social media platform that you have 10 Bitcoin, or that you have 20 Ethereum, or that you have, 100 million Shiba Inu or Bonk. Don't share that information with people. Because as you start, especially if you're always on social media, right? For example, just theoretically, we have this individual, male or female, does not matter, sharing, oh, I made a 10x gain. I'm over, 100,000 Bitcoin now, blah, blah, blah. I don't use centralized exchanges, blah, blah, blah. I use hardware wallets. I might leave some of the centralized exchanges. Disappears. Okay, next week. Oh, I'm on vacation in Morocco. What's up, guys? Check it out. I'm spending everything with Bitcoin. Meanwhile, I'm at your house looking for your hardware wallet while you're in Morocco trying to crack that thing. And some of these hardware wallets can be cracked. Not all of them, but some of them. So like, stop sharing what people know, what people, stop sharing with people how much crypto you own, because eventually that's going to make you a target. Okay, just chill out on that. People don't need to know what the fuck you own. Speaking of meme tokens, meme coin donations pour into BlackRock. 100 million token fund partnered with Coinbase. Build, or BUIDL, seeks to offer a stable value of $1 per token and pays daily accrued dividends directly to investors' wallets as new tokens each month. The fund invests 100% of its total assets in cash, U.S. Treasury bills, and repurchase agreements, allowing investors to earn yield while holding the token in the blockchain. How is Coinbase involved? In March 21st, statement on X, formerly Twitter, Coinbase said that it would be an infrastructure provider for a new fund. However, the crypto exchange did not provide additional information on its role. Nevertheless, the company described the partnership as another sign of efforts to provide technical support for traditional institutions entering the crypto industry. Coinbase said the partnership reflects our commitment to connecting institutions to crypto and demonstrates our ability to provide the necessary technology and products to support the rapidly growing tokenization sector. Notably, Coinbase already has extensive business relationship with BlackRock, right? The crypto exchange is the custodian for the asset management firm's flagship spot Bitcoin ETF, IBIT. Other institutions include BNY Mellon, crypto infrastructure provider Fireblocks, Anchorage Digital Bank, and digital assets trust BitGo are also involved with the fund. Meme coin donations. On-chain data shows that an Ethereum wallet identified as BlackRock's Build Fund by blockchain intelligence platform Ankrum Intelligence has received extensive donations from several crypto community members. Arkham dashboards show that the wallet received over 500,000 worth of meme tokens and non-fungible token donations, including established digital assets like Pepe and relatively unknown coins like Rock and Gains. As of press time, the total value of assets in the wallet stands at 100.05 million. I really don't care for it, but people want these centralized institutions to hold their money and manage their money and be responsible for their money. The average individual does not want to be responsible for their own holdings. Even though there's a number of videos that I put out there advising people how to store their own crypto, how to determine whether they're a mobile user, right, mobile wallets, or if they're a desktop user, or if they're a full node user or Electrum user, or if they're a hardware wallet user. I've done all that, and I try to educate people as much as possible. My videos don't make it as far as I would like it, but I hope that I could at least impact one person a day. That's the whole point of the channel. The channel was to share experiences, insight, tips, whatever, right? For some things that I haven't seen and some things that I have seen, because I might add a new perspective on the things that have been seen already, or I might be able to help that one person and save them from spending money. I'm still getting a lot of comments on, for example, people that have an Apple, like a 2015 MacBook, right? And they open up their laptop and their screen is black. They can still hear the dong, they can still hear the sound from the Apple Mac turning on, but the screen is black. And it's just as simple as turning it around, getting a star tip screwdriver, opening it up, and I think it's a T6, could be a T5, opening it up, and then there's a cable that runs between the LCD and the board, the control board, or the main compute board. And you unplug it, wait 30 seconds, plug it back in, and your screen will start working. And I still get a lot of people that say thank you. And that's the point. If I could help you, or maybe you could share insight with me, you hit me in the head and like, yo, Vega, you're doing it wrong. Here's the information. Here's the facts. Here's the data. I'm like, boom, bet. Pin comment, learn from it, make an updated video. And it's all about sharing that information with one another. The community is what I do this for. Like chump change. I'm not doing this for the money because I'm not really making money off of this. I do this for you guys, and you guys do it for a number of different reasons, and I just like being a part of the community. And some of you guys do it for each other, and I love it. Keep that camaraderie. Anyways, moving on, and bolded crypto market participants shrug off SEC probe of Ethereum. The SEC is asking companies about Ethereum Foundation. Prices of ethers and non-fungible tokens have increased, not decreased. Thus, the name of the article saying that we have shaken it off or shrugged it off. Now, in further detail through CoinDesk, Ethereum Foundation faces inquiry from a government. Fortune says the SEC is investigating ETH, right? We learned more about this. There was a little bit of FUD about it. My favorite content creators in the crypto space didn't do a good job, in my opinion, because all they did was spread more FUD through their thumbnails, right? They instilled panic, they instilled fear, when it wasn't really anything to be fearful about. If we go back and we look at Ethereum, I think, yeah, the investigation is whatever, dude. Like, I could care less. I really could care less. If we look at it here from when we learned the news, let's go back to the 1 hour. So when we heard about the news, when did we first hear about the news? Hang on. March 20th. Okay, so March 20th, we did have a pullback after March 20th, but I could have just been whatever. So March 20th, we actually pumped up on March 20th, chopped sideways, and then pulled back to 21st, pulled back on the 22nd. And now we're rising back up. And I saw that too. When all those videos were coming out from our favorite content creators, I saw that the market was actually going up instead of down, because I think people still believe that they're going to get you know, we should probably watch this video actually. Hang on. I think that the market thinks that the Ethereum ETF will be approved. Like, this is no freaking big deal. And I would agree with that. But the canary was the wording that was taken off of, I believe, their GitHub repository. The Ethereum Foundation, the Swiss nonprofit organization at the heart of the Ethereum ecosystem, is facing questions from unnamed state authority, according to the group's website on GitHub. It's a confidential inquiry, comes during a time of change. Ethereum's technology, right? We just had the Dumbcoon upgrade. Ethereum, which many American investment companies are seeking to offer ETFs, has slow-walked their efforts despite, so the SEC is slow-walked their efforts despite recently approving the Bitcoin ETF. After publication of this article, Fortune reported that SEC is seeking to classify ETH as a security, which will be a big concern. I wouldn't say a big problem, but a big concern. A move that would have major implications for Ethereum and Ethereum ETF and crypto as a whole. The financial regulator has sent investigative subpoenas to U.S. companies in the past several weeks, according to the Fortune's reporting. The scope of the investigation focused on unknown at this press time. According to the GitHub commit, we've received a voluntary inquiry from the state authority that includes requirement of confidentiality. Ethereum Foundation did not return requests for comment. They can't talk about it. The Ethereum Foundation has never been contacted by, so this is the canary, right? And this was previously on the website, the Ethereum Foundation's website. So this disappeared. And that's how people were able to put two and two together. And then obviously the news articles picked it up and ran with it. That footer was removed February 26th. And now here we are. You know, and maybe the SEC is trying to do his due diligence, right? Because maybe they do want to move forward with an Ethereum ETF. They just need more information. And hence that while they're doing this investigation. So we have to wait and see. But me personally, I could care less. Now, I'm going to be transparent. I do have some Ethereum left from my mining days, but I have not bought more Ethereum. I have not traded more Ethereum. I have mined it over time from way back when to now, and I do hold Ethereum, but I do not actively trade. I do not actively participate. I don't have a node, even though I would like to set up a node, not a validated node, but the free one. There's a little bit of, maybe I might do a video on that. Let me know if you're interested. But I personally could care less, and I don't think it's going to be that big of an impact. You know, maybe the SEC's got to do its due diligence, and maybe there will be an ETF eventually. It's just going to be delayed. It's not going to be as soon as what people want. So we'll see how things happen. You know, if an ETF was approved, I could see Ethereum becoming a $7,000, $10,000 cryptocurrency very quickly. Maybe even in the teens, 13, 15. But this FUD over the SEC investigation and being classified as security could have major implications because of all the assets and dApps that are on the Ethereum network. I'm pretty sure they don't want to be classified as a security. So it's not so much Ethereum itself that I'm concerned about. It's all the other applications and dApps that are built on it that I have some concerns about. But either way, let's listen to this video. I'm going to put my headset on and let's see what happens.
Now, Sam, you, Nick Day, and Denny Nelson wrote an article that revealed the Ethereum Foundation is facing an inquiry from a government agency. What's going on?
Nick, Danny, and
What's
I wrote
up,
this
DJ?
story
DJ
that was
Mines?
based on basically there's these things called warrant canaries. This is pretty interesting and kind of an aside to the story itself, but people should know about this. There's these things called warrant canaries that crypto protocols and other companies will put on their websites that say, hey, we haven't been reached out to by a government agency. The idea being that when that thing is not on their website, meaning they took it off the website, we as members of the public know that, hey, even though they can't say if they remove it, it means they haven't reached out to it. I think I just made that way more convoluted than it is. Basically, they took this thing off their website.
Okay, as an extra aside, I mean, as
while we're watching this, there's some 22s in chat for DJ Mines. Please.
Are you just checking websites for the removal of these warrant canaries all the time?
We should be. We honestly should be. I think in this specific case, it wasn't me, but one member of our team was kind of tipped off to it. This actually happened 3 weeks ago, so nobody noticed. At least no members of the media or Twitter X seem to have noticed. So yeah, but we should be checking.
I mean, I think a lot of people are going to start checking after this interview, hopefully, if people watch it. Now, talk to me about what's going on here. I know after the story was published, Fortune published an article and said the government agency is actually the SEC. Has that been confirmed in any way, shape, or form?
It's not been confirmed by us, but that is the speculation. Fortune just had a really great report out that said not only Ethereum, but several other members of the Ethereum ecosystem have been reached out to by government agencies associated with the SEC, according to Fortune, in connection with a broader investigation into whether Ethereum is a security, which obviously has been a long simmering question. That's the gist of it. Ethereum, the Ethereum Foundation, we haven't explained this, by the way, is the core nonprofit tasked with kind of stewarding development of the Ethereum ecosystem. They're the ones that we reported on that got this inquiry from a state agency. They didn't say who, but with this other reporting and some more reporting that we've been doing offline since the story's been published, we're getting a clearer picture of what this all means.
You know what I think is interesting? That these two stories were published in the same day. The fact that Bloomberg analysts say ETH ETF.
I mean, it doesn't. So it has to do with the potential for an ETH ETF, and that something like this probably does. Again, we don't know the state entity, but and we're also going off of some Fortune reporting here, speculating on this. But if Ethereum is, or if Ether rather, is a security, obviously that will have some bearing on whether there is an ETF approval. And one imagines that the timing of these inquiries, if not explicitly related to trying to put a halt on these approvals, is tied to them wanting to kind of use the looming, the pending approvals as a kind of like doorway into doing this broader investigation that
And I would agree with that. Remember Gary Gensler in the past when requested by the congressional personnel, the politicians, right? They kept on asking him, is Ethereum a security? Is Ethereum a security? And he kept evading the question. He didn't provide a straight up yes or no. That kind of was like, there's your sign, right? There's your sign. And, with the Ethereum ETF possibly, being in the works, they need to do their due diligence, and they're going to use this as a crutch to be like, hey, bang on the door, open your door. We gotta subpoena you. We gotta request their information, whatever, yada yada yada. So we'll probably hear more and more about this on who else we received a request for information from the SEC, and that could probably provide be a minor impact, in my opinion, on Ethereum. Now, if this was a straight up FUD situation, and Ethereum is very centralized, by the way, ever since it moved away from proof of work to proof of stake. Not that, that makes it bad or anything, but it's just not my cup of tea anymore, right? So while I still have some Ethereum, I definitely took profits on Ethereum to pay for other things, bills, whatever. So if this was a really bad situation, which I don't think it's that bad, and Bitcoin was to fall from its recent short high here early in March, right? So right around before the news, March 20th, to let's say 30% drawdown, that would put Ethereum back around 24K or 2400. So I don't think that's that bad, but we'll see. We'll have to wait for more news to come out, more people to advise that, hey, yeah, we were sequestered, we were subpoenaed, so on and so forth. Now, this article says that the SEC tries to put the Ethereum toothpaste back in the tube. Not exactly sure what they mean by that, and they want me to pay for the article, which I'm not going to. But it says as going after Ethereum, issuing subpoenas to U.S. companies that require them to supply all records of their dealings with the foundation that oversees the blockchain. This is a big deal since so much of the crypto industry is built on Ethereum, not just applications, but entire secondary blockchains like Polygon. If the SEC goes ahead with the plan to declare that all of Ethereum is subject to security laws, it will have a broad, unpredictable consequences. So we could see a lot of these altcoins take a hit overall, but we'll see. I don't personally. Let me just say this, and I could be wrong, so don't take this as Bible. But I would not see BlackRock pushing to have an Ethereum ETF if they didn't already know that a Ethereum ETF is probable. Like, there has to be a certain level of probability and certainty before BlackRock would make some type of move like this. So I think the ETF is still coming. It's just a matter of time, and then the SEC is just trying to use this to go around with their stick and whack people. That's pretty much it. So BlackRock enters asset tokenization race with new fund on the Ethereum. This is talking about the build is what it's called. But BlackRock to start a new real-world assets or RWA tokenization fund on Ethereum, and blockchain-based build. I wonder, is it going to be on Coinbase based? Like that network? I wonder. But yeah, we just talked about this. The latest progression of digital asset strategy, Robert Minrick. We are focused on developing solutions in digital asset space that help solve real-world problems for our clients, and we're excited to work with Securitize. I guess that's the name of the company. Build the incorporated fund with Securitize, spurring speculation tokenization fund as observers pointed to blockchain transactions to seed the vehicle. Right, and this is the same transactions that I think that's where they got the meme tokens. Gary Gensler advised the crypto industry to use disinfectant, basically saying that it's filled with filth. Right, Gary Gensler focused on the need of disclosure related to executive compensation, climate, and cyber risk, as the SEC voted earlier this month to adopt rules requiring companies to disclose climate-related risk. Some participants in the crypto securities market seek to avoid these registration requirements. Many would agree that the crypto market could use a little disinfectant. I don't know what you mean by many, but Gensler has consistently warned that crypto exchanges must register with the agency and that cryptocurrency firms are subject to the same rules as traditional financial companies. Under Gensler's leadership, the SEC is actively increasing pressure on the cryptocurrency industry. The primary U.S. Exchange regulator has already filed lawsuits against Binance, Coinbase, the two largest exchanges. Ahead of the launch of Bitcoin's ETF, Gensler also criticized cryptocurrency, saying that investing in them can only be risky and unstable. After Bitcoin had updated to its new all-time high, Gensler compared Bitcoin to a roller coaster and noted that evaluating the asset fundamentals was necessary. I'm not sure what they mean by disinfectant, but there is a lot of shit coins out there. There's a lot of crap coins out there. If we look, there's over 2.4 million coins, and most of them are crap, unfortunately. They don't really do anything good. They don't provide anything tangible. And like every day, there's a new token or multiple new tokens going on Ethereum, going on Binance Smart Chain, going on whatever. And it's just crap. It's just crap, guys. Just absolute crap. Some of them are good. Some of them are gems. But trying to decipher what is the gem, right? The diamond in the rough out of all the coal. It's very hard, right? It's very hard to find that diamond in the rough. And, you know, because these tokens are, like most of these tokens that might turn a profit is more than likely on Ethereum rather than Binance Smart Chain, maybe Solana. But most tokens that you might get into on Binance Smart Chain or some of the other, like Tron and stuff like that, you end up losing money. Ask me how I know. But Ethereum is the one where you can make money. The problem is that the gas fees and the amount of slippage you need to use to trade those tokens to get involved early is astronomical, right? And you have to pay a lot more just to get the asset. and hope that the asset does well. Maybe the asset just goes to nothing. Maybe it just keeps going down and your $100 turns into $30. And then you're just like, damn, well, now I'm just taking the L. I don't care anymore. I'm done with it. So we'll see. We could see some new tokens, right? Atomicals? How do you say that? All right, it's on Bitcoin. Look at this. We got AVM. We got Realm. We got Electron. We got Siphon. We got Atomicals. Atom. We need to go take a look at this. I might take a look at this offline, but let me see something here. Do they have a website? Interesting. We gotta go find out more about this. Quark, Infinite, Electron. So are these tokens on? Yes, they are. Okay. So like, what is it? Ordinals? Ticker, ARC. Fastmint. Please connect wallet first. What are our options? Okay. Unistat wallet. Isn't Unistat what's used? Hang on. What is used on ordinals? What is used on here? Beta. Connect wallet. Yeah, Unistat. That's what I thought. Okay. Ordinals wallet, Unistat. And then this one uses Unistat. So I might get a Unistat wallet. I'll have to take a look at that. That looks pretty interesting. We'll have to see. But yeah, so those tokens are popping up in the charts. As recently added. What were these? So 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Is there any more? Let's see. Can we filter by? Let's see here. CoinMarketCap, categories. What do I do? What do I do? Filter, category. Where's Bitcoin? Platform. Bitcoin ecosystem. Okay. Atomic swaps, DEX, DeFi. Yeah, so Bitcoin BEP2, Rockstock Smart, Badger DAO. There we go. Ordinals, BSO Swap, Zbit, Lightning Bitcoin, Drake. Yeah, okay. So did any of those new tokens show up? No, not here. Ordi is down to $63. Interesting. Stacks up to $3. Damn, I should have got some stacks. It was at $1.20. Ugh. Anyways, most of the coins are crap, is the point I was trying to make. I got distracted. You know, I'm like a pretty butterflies flies by and I miss it. Anyways, last bit of news. Probably going to leave here early. Is Red Panda going live today? Let's see here. Yeah, so Red Panda's going live at 12. I'll try to hold out, but I might need your help in doing so. GPU mining is dead. The EU enacts ban on basically anonymous crypto transactions via self-custodial wallets, right? In a recent regulatory change, the EU, or the European Union, has prohibited cryptocurrency transactions of any value made through an unidentifiable self-custodial crypto wallets. The update is a component of the region's newly implemented anti-money laundering, or AML, regulations, according to the post by Patrick Baer, a member of the European Parliament for the Deutsche Party. Jesus, what are these names? The majority of the EU Parliament's led commission endorsed the publication or prohibition of March 19th. Notably, Dr. Bayer is one of the two leaders who is opposed disapproval. Gunnar Beck and other parliament members who voted against it, representing the alternative for Germany. The ban on cryptocurrency payments applies specifically to unregistered wallets offered by service providers, hosted wallets, covering self-custodial wallets provided via mobile, desktop, or browser applications. That's very interesting. The recent anti-money laundering legislation specifically outlaws certain limits for cash transactions and anonymous crypto payments. Under these regulations, cash transactions exceeding £10,000 and anonymous cash payments over $3,000 will be deemed illegal. The approved laws are expected to be fully operational within 3 years from their entry into force. However, Dylan Istus, an Ireland law firm, expects the laws to become fully operational before the usual enforcement timeline. Fundamentally, many crypto networks function with permissionless environments, allowing anyone to create a cryptographic private key and granting unrestricted entry into the system. Principles offering a more inclusive, liberated, and equitable financial system that does not discriminate against its users in any form. Experts and freedom advocates consider this recent approval a hit against financial freedom and fundamental human rights. German MEP Patrick Baer opposes the bill, claiming it compromises economic independence and financial privacy. He considers the ability to transact anonymously to be a fundamental right. That's true. I would agree with that. The crypto sector, known for its emphasis on privacy and decentralization, has responded critically to the EU's regulatory measures. These new regulations have created mixed reactions, whereby some believe that the new AML laws are necessary, while others fear that they might infringe on the privacy and hinder economic activity. Daniel Lodi Trudster, the Sound Money Bitcoin podcast host, underscored the practical hurdles and consequences of the recent legislation, elaborating that the impact on donations and the broader implications of cryptocurrency use within the EU. He articulated concerns over stifling effect that the rules might have, notably self-custodial and self-custodial transactions are not affected by the new law. You know what? To be honest, my guys, doesn't matter what the government does, we'll always find a way around it. Just plain and simple. Doesn't matter what the government does, we will always find a way around it. So we'll see. Get woke, go broke. Put that on a shirt. All right. Hey Serpent, do you see DJ Mine's stream last night when he was talking to one of the developers of RTM and was mentioned that RTM is going to play to earn? No, I did not, but that's very interesting. That's good to know. Let me see something here. So let's open up Red Panda Mining's live stream, which isn't live yet. Let's go check out DJ Mines. We're in freelance territory, guys. You all have the next half an hour trying to eat up some time for Red Panda. So did he talk to Big Piggy?
Easter is coming up fast.
Did he talk to Big Piggy? Who was the developer?
Here to join this. One more hype song and we'll get up.
So,
Yeah, Big Piggy.
man, it's good to be here.
Yeah.
We've got
Excited for what Big Piggy and the team are doing. Be very interested to see what's going on in the ecosystem. So Raptorium to turn to Play to Earn. Play to Earn is it's a big industry right now in the gaming industry, but cross connecting the chain to the current games is going to be the big thing. So this is of no fault of, look at me. This is no fault of Veteran Miner. I just want to make that crystal clear. This has nothing to do with Veteran Miner. This is something that I warned about, and there's a video that's going to come out in the future, but this is something that I warned about not doing if you're using their 6-pin to barrel plug connection from Veteran Miner. When you apply a third-party firmware, and T-Swift is not the only one, and you're using the 6-pin to barrel plug, I warned that you could wind up hurting your unit. However, for those of you who are aware of my situation, my sister passed away. I was away. I've been gone for quite some time. And while I was gone, my son bumped into the shelf that his KS0, this is his, was sitting on, and the fan was no longer on where it needed to be. Let me show you. So I had two fans sitting on this, two 120s sitting long ways. It was exactly like this, okay? And one fan, because it was going diagonal, was blowing directly over this barrel plug. That does work, and that will help, but if you look, the barrel's gone. It's completely melted into the center of Veteran Miner's cable. This is because of exactly what I warned about. Now, it's nobody's fault, and I warned everybody that this will happen. So I hope that you learn from me. I was going to switch. I already had the laptop power brick, but I didn't switch it because obviously I was dealing with family and the situation, and, you know. So anyways, I was dealing with family stuff, and I didn't swap it. And in Florida, it gets hot. It did get hot. You know, I'm not sure if you have like the Nest or any type of thermostat where if you leave the house, it goes to eco temperatures, but it went to eco temperatures. And, you know, it was the environment itself was getting hot, right? And yeah, so it got hot and melted. The center pin is literally inside the Veteran Miner cable. So if you're running Veteran Miner's cable and you're using third-party firmware, I do not recommend doing that. Leaving it stock, leaving the KS0 or the KS0 Pro stock and running Veteran Miner is perfectly fine. It can handle it. There are some other things that I will probably talk about in the future videos, so you have to stay tuned. But I just wanted to show you this, right? So here's what the KS0 Pro board looks like. Got some Cryo Knot Extreme. That's what the pink is. But here's what it looks like. And to replace the barrel plug, there's just these two pins in the middle, okay? There's two pins in the middle. So this pin right here is the outer area of the barrel plug. This pin right here is the backside area of the barrel plug. There's actually a little, if you look very carefully, you can see a little silver, if I can get it just right for you. See that little silver back there? You can actually see there's a hole. You can see right through it. And that is this bottom pin right here. These outer areas are more structural. Shout out to Rick, Mad Electron, because that is what the structure, the outside structure of the barrel plug, right? If you look, come on, focus on this. You see it? The outer structure, one there, corresponds with these outside solder joints. So stay tuned. I'll bring you updates. That's probably the most real-time update you're going to get from me. Well, actually, I got some more for you, but usually I save this for Patreons of the channel or members of the channel, but I'm just giving you a little something extra. A little something, just killing some time. Another thing that happened to me, dude, I just need a break, guys. I just need a break. Just give me a break, Lord. My AMD rig went down. I don't know if it's the motherboard or CPU. So not only did the KS0 Pro, one of them go down, but the AMD motherboard rig went down, and it won't boot back up, or it will power on, but it won't post. I got the speaker and everything hooked up. I'll troubleshoot it. It just happened last night. I'll figure it out. It's no biggie. But yeah, I got a spare CPU. I got spare memory. I don't have a spare board, but you know I could go grab one. It doesn't really matter. But it's just, it sucks. I was you know, mining Graham, playing around with that. I might do a video on it. Mine something. Already did a really good video on it. So just up in the air. I just need a break, man. Just need things to go my way. But we'll still pushing through. Still pushing through. Yay. So yeah, let's see here. Let's check the live stream. Huge if implemented correctly. Most profitable coins to mine right now. All right, most profitable coins to mine right now. Let's go take a look. I did take a break. I actually went camping, Chris. Returned to Ice River. I don't think, I don't think Ice River will repair that because I'm using a third-party firmware. I tore it down. That's my fault, which is exactly what I warned people about. It's just I had more important things to deal with, like family, and rather than swap it out before I left, I didn't go to swap it out until recently, only to find out that as soon as you move that barrel plug, it already had fused. The plastic had already fused to that center pin. But yeah. Now you could replace that with a 6-pin, but I do not recommend it. Matter of fact, let's go to eBay real quick and look at that. Let's see here. It looks jank as hell. I would not do it. I would not do it. Please do not do it. That is super jank. Okay, you can see back here in this image, right? The top 3 6-pins go into this back hole, right? Which would be the center of the barrel plug. And then there's another one, right? The outer 2 on the bottom here are more structural than anything, maybe grounding. And then the center is the outer barrel of the barrel plug. But that looks jank as heck. I do not recommend doing that. I know some people have, but just be careful. But yeah, we could get them. I found it for cheap here. Not to mention the Whatsminer M30S died on me recently, so I gotta fix that power supply. It's like, God bless America. Come on, baby. Need a Bitcoin block. Need to hit the lottery. Something. But yeah, anyways, glad for Big Piggy and the Raptorium team. Good to see DJ Mines talk to him. I never get any devs on because the only time that I can talk to devs is right now, and most of the devs are in a different country. And by the time I get them on, like they're sleeping, I'm awake. Like I can't do night streams because family. I don't have an office or anything like that. I don't have a little private area to do streaming. But if I could, I would definitely like to have some more devs on from various projects like Alphium, Caspa, stuff like that. But we'll see. All right, so most profitable cryptocurrency to mine. Let's go take a look at hashrate.no. Let's get ASIC miner value pulled up. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull up my rigs. Okay. And now I'm calculating 15 cents per kilowatt hour, which is the U.S. Average, but it is not what everybody in the U.S. pays, just FYI. And right now, the most profitable cryptocurrency to mine for my rigs, my setup, is Gram, which will make me around $22 or around $20 before electricity, but $15 to $12 after electricity. Hootstat at number 2. We can see here, if I zoom in just a little bit, is around $17 to $16. But after electricity, basically around $8.50 a day. Pyron, $16 to $15 a day, but more like $8 to $6 depending. Ursula Nautilus just showed up. I talked about that because the Coal Engine P2 was looking very profitable. Yeah, Taines. What Taines, listen what Taines said. Let me read this out to you. So this is exactly what I talked about with Rick, and I think Taines before this happened, because we were talking about not leaving the veteran miner cable on this modified unit long term because we were concerned about it melting the components, right? It's specifically the barrel plug. Like everything else would have been fine. Airflow was over it, good fans. Heat sinks on the MOSFET. Everything else was fine. Chip temperatures were good. Crowd not extreme. But the barrel plug itself was the biggest weak point and concern. So I'm going to read what Taines wrote here. And he says that if you lower the voltage, you raise the amperage. The veteran miner cable, Taines, runs at 12 volts. Am I correct? It was just a matter of time. I'm waiting to see more like this summer. Taines, the veteran miner cable operates on 12 volts, right? Because we're using a server power supply with a breakout board, and the 6-pin is only providing 12 volts. But if we look at Ice River, let's go to the Ice River site, iceriver.eu. I believe we need 19 volts. Right? Yeah. Correct. The laptop brick runs at 19 volts. Right? So we had lower voltage, which increases the amperage, which this has already been recorded, Tains. I already recorded a video set talking about this point. But because we were running at 12 instead of 19, we had to increase to amps in order to provide the power the device needed, thus increasing heat. So if we were to run this, again, at stock conditions, not modified third-party firmware, I believe the veteran miner cable is perfectly fine. It's still at the 12 volts instead of the 19, as per the power brick provided by Ice River and the third-party ones from MSI and stuff like that. But I still believe that you would be fine. Just have some good airflow, direct airflow directly on the barrel plug. You would have been fine. But do as I say and not as I do, because this is exactly what I warned people about when I was doing all my content. I just got sidetracked and distracted and had more important priorities to deal with, and I didn't do it in time. Hence, I'm in the position that I am in because of my own silly actions. If I would have just listened to myself, I would have been golden. Anyways, back to mining profitability. If your GPUs, right, we got a good mix of AMD and Nvidia here, right? So I got one AMD mixed rig and I got two AMD or Nvidia mixed rigs, right? 1660s, 2070s, even 1080 Ti, a bunch of 3060s, 1660 Supers, A2000. I got a pretty good mix or range. And on the AMD, 6700 XT, 6600 XT, 68, 590 for Polaris cards, 5700 XT. I even have a 7900 XTX in a different system, and I have a 3080 in the system we're using right now. So a good mix of all the different ones out there. I left the 4000 series alone because I had a 4090. I did my videos and content on it, but I just, the profits were too good, so I sold it. I had to sell it. So yeah, Graham is the most profitable. Hootsat, Pyron, Ursula, Nautilus, Carlson, Nexel AI, Voltaic, Xano, Gemlink, Radiant, Novo, Chlor, Ironfish, Dynex, Conflux, and Alphium. Alphium's fallen quite a bit as more and more FPGAs get on the network. So we'll see how things pan, especially because the price of Alphium has fallen quite a bit. I should have taken profits, man. I should have taken profits. When it was at that $3.40 mark, I should have taken profits, dude. I'm so mad at myself, dude. $3.80. Oh, I should have taken profits. Why didn't I take it? Please. Center of the universe, God, if you love me, please let us go back to previous all-time highs, if not higher on Alphium. Please, please. I could use the money, pay off some debts. Definitely could use that break right about now. It may not happen right about now, but hopefully next bull run. We'll see. Now, I'm not sure if you guys got involved in Ursula. I played around with Graham, played around with Hootsat, played around with Nautilus, Voltaic, which wrecked me. Pretty much all the coins that are on here I played around with. But I haven't got much seat time with Ursula. Has anybody got any seat time with Ursula? Let me know. Moving on to ASICs, obviously the most profitable ASICs to mine with right now are the KS5 Pro, 21 terahash at 3150 watts. That will make you about 1,100, right underneath 1,200 CASPA a day, or $156 a day. Then there's the KS5, 20 terahash, which is going to make you around $150 a day. But it's going to cost you, like, these things are $40,000 or $30,000 respectively. Just FYI. Just FYI. Now, hang on, let's calculate that. Right? So, wait a second. The Pro looks way too much for me for one extra terahash? For one extra terahash. Really? So 29,986 or 20 terahash divided by 20. I did that wrong. Okay. So 20 divided by 29,986. Okay, I'm doing that wrong. What is 20 terahash? Let's do 20,000. Divide by 29,986. Okay. Now 21,000. Divide by 38766. Yeah. The KS5 non-pro 20 terahash to me is the better buy if you were going to spend that much freaking money. Because the cost per terahash is worse, better? Wait, I just did that. I confused myself. Damn it! I can't think. I can't think today. 0.4, so 54 cents per terahash. 66 cents per terahash. Okay. But wait, what? No. Yeah. The 20 terahash model seems more economical to me for some reason. 3,000 watts. 150 joules per terahash. $150 a day. I think I did that math wrong. My brain is not working. But yeah, for some reason, like, why would I spend an extra 10 grand, basically, for 1 terahash? Yeah, I'll get like an extra, what, $8? Why would I do that? Do you ever look... Alright, so Son of Rabbit Panda says, we're all looking at the most profitable coin to mine at a given time. Do you ever look at a difference, the coin you mine and the most profitable to decide if to switch or not? So what I do is I don't just look at a hashrate.no. I will go hunting on Bitcoin Talk, right? Which I am banned from, by the way. So let's see here. Announcement altcoins. I will hunt down, right, and try to look for new tokens that pop up and see if it's worth my time. Now be careful clicking on some of these links. Cosa after Costina are held for 24 hours at eligible earn 50 Cosa rewards, Pancake, desktop wallet, Pcash. So I will basically, the point is I would go to Bitcoin Talk and I will look, because not all coins are listed on here, and mining pool stats will add a new token, but like days or if not weeks after it's been available. So if you're trying to get in like super early to spec mine, you're gonna have to look elsewhere. Okay, you're gonna have to look ahead of it. Bitcoin Talk, various forums, 4chan, stuff like that. But if I say for example, if I was using normal calculators like what's a miner hash rate.no, I look at profitability, but I also look, I don't look at just profitability. I go to the project's website, right? And I look at what it offers. Does it bring something that I think will be good for the ecosystem? Is it worth the switch, right? Because any of these coins, they might be cool. They might be a fork of Caspa. They might be a fork of XYZ, Alphium, whatever. It might be a fork, but they're not doing anything different, right? They're just taking the same attributes found on Caspa, found on Carlson, and just applying it in a different form. Like, what is the point? If there's nothing new that entices me, I might spec mine it for a little bit and auto exchange it via a centralized exchange or whatever, swap it. But I always go not just on profits. I go on what does the project actually fucking do? What does it offer to the world? Is what I base my choice of switching over. So let me read that again. We are always looking at the most profitable coin to mine at a given time. Do you ever look at the difference the coin you mine and the most profitable to decide if you switch or not? Yeah, so like say for example, if I was on Pyron Hash, right, which I was, and I see Graham show up, which I was on Graham before it showed up on hashrate.no, and I see that there's an $8 difference in 24-hour profits or a $5 difference in profit, then I would switch. Now, if it's only like $1, $2, $3, then I might not switch unless the project, again, like the project itself, the fundamentals of the project, entice me enough to go over to it, entice me enough to go take a look at it. So, yeah. Great things with Ursula. Immersive experience. The gaming center. Experience a new game in a way where gamers at the hub. Okay, so this is another. This is unique. What algorithm is Ursula on? What algorithm does it use? Heavy hash. Okay. Like, this looks interesting to me. This does look interesting to me. I haven't messed around with it. Maybe we need to audit the wallet, but this does look interesting to me. So maybe I might swap to this. It's basically $8 to $10 less than what I'm making right now on Graham. But maybe I might switch to that also because of the yield, right? Also consider the yield. How much of this token will I earn right now before everybody hops on it and that pumps the price? What's up, New England Crypto? Magic Lucky. Just look at the payback time difference between the KS5 and the KS5 Pro. No math needed. Well, I'm being stupid, okay? Payback time 8.2 months versus 6.7 months. Yeah, so the KS5 is the better buy in my opinion. Omitting Caspa and just looking at Bitcoin, or SHA-256, which is like Gigabyte, stuff like that. I like the M63, but is that a triple phase? Yeah, that's a 3-phase. So let's look at something that's going to be like your normal one. Hydro, M66, another triple phase. So your S21 is your best bang for your buck as far as Bitcoin or SHA-256, making around $20 a day. Yep, Red Panda's live. Let me let you guys go over there. And then as far as Litecoin, is this out yet? Hang on, is this out yet? Oh, it is. Can I add to cart? I can. Interesting. What's the payback time on this? 12.7 months, 13 months, 10 months, 14.8 months. Alpha PEX. So that's a $7,000 ASIC that does 11 gigahash at 3,400 watts. That's very interesting. I would probably want to hit up somebody to see if they're willing to work with the channel. I'd be very interested to test out this unit. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, guys, Red Panda is live. I'm gonna send you guys on over there. Let me go ahead and edit the stream real quick. Monetization, customization, add redirect. Red Panda, where you at? Red Panda. GPU mining is dead. So do you have any last minute questions, concerns, comments? Otherwise, I'm gonna send you over to Red Panda right now. I thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me know what other coins or tokens you are spec mining or looking at or that interest you. I'll be interested to hear from you and hear what you guys say, think, or do. I'll figure out the rest of all the trials and tribulations. We all go through it. I'm not going to say my life is harder than yours and vice versa. Like, I know you guys struggle with things just as much as I do, whether it's mental health, finances, it does not matter. You guys have a hard life. I have a hard life. We work together and we can have a better life. So I'm going to keep my head down. I'm going to keep grinding. I hope that you do the same. Stay positive. Stay true. Be good to one another. Take care of one another. And you all have yourself a wonderful day. All right? Thank you so much for watching. You, the Nexel AI as a future. You, the Nexel AI as the future. I mean, I like Nexel AI. Is it the future? I can't say for certain. Everything keeps coming out saying AI this and AI that. So I would say I will be patiently sitting on the sidelines, waiting to see which of these AI type networks will actually bring change. And I also am concerned about the AI, decentralized AI cryptocurrencies because of regulation, right? When you're developing AI, especially AI that could be dangerous, you're going to get put on a list. So every AI project that's out there in crypto, I'm pretty sure is already on a list and is being monitored. So we'll see who among them can take the next leap and make AI and crypto the next best thing, or AI and blockchain the next best thing. But either way, that's going to do it for today's stream. Do me a favor on the way out. Hit the like button. Make sure to get subscribed. Hit the notification button to stay up to date. I didn't say like. Did I say like? Like, subscribe, notification bell, stay up to date, yada, yada, yada. Links down in the description to help support the channel and what we do here. And I hope you have yourself a wonderful day. Take care. I'll catch you in the next one. Ooh, that hurt my arm. Time to do another workout.
You know quantum computers. You know blockchain. But do you know both together? Dynex was the first platform to create a neuromorphic supercomputing blockchain-based algorithm which solves real-world problems. And the best part? Anyone can post a job, whether a company from the Global 2000, a machine learning job, or fintech and pharmaceutical. And if you don't want to program it yourself, get an expert directly at the marketplace. Run the job and be impressed by the fast result.